show starts in 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hello everybody, my name is Jose. You all know me as Glitchup from YouTube, and today I'm joined here by
Miss Murillo, Spanish teacher.
and we are going to be interviewing her. Our first question for today is, how did you actually get into teaching?
Well, I started community college, and at first I was actually in a different major. I wanted to do kinesiology specifically for physical therapy. But then after the years, my second year in college actually, that's when I minor also in Spanish. And then just going through the Spanish classes and everything, I just, this is something that I'm passionate for. I really enjoy Spanish, and it was something that came easy to me. So once I transferred to CSUMB, I majored in Spanish. I got my bachelor's there in Spanish, and then after that, it's when I decided into going into their credential and master's program. It was a 2-year program, and that's how it kind of just led me to teaching.
All right. Our second question for today is, why do you like teaching Spanish? Why is it that Spanish is intriguing to you?
So, you already know me.
Yes.
You were my student. So I was born in Mexico, right? And just coming to the U.S., I feel that Spanish was something that it was very meaningful to me, to my culture, to my identity. And I feel that it's the case for many of the students here as well. But sometimes they don't really know that it's very important for them to just continue speaking Spanish or learning the language. So it's something that I carried on with me, and I knew that Spanish was the subject that I wanted to teach, because I wanted to also not only teach students about how important it is to keep their language and culture traditions, but also for myself to keep that part from me from Mexico and just bring it with me all the time.
Our third question for today is, what is the best part about teaching Spanish? Like, what do you love most about it?
I feel that it's just like those little moments when the students just come in the classroom and they greet you. It's at the beginning of the year, it's just always mainly like English, like, hey, like, good morning, how are you doing? But then after, as the year goes by, they come in like, hola, ¿cómo estás? Like all these little like things. They might not seem like big, but they're like meaningful to me as a teacher. And then also having my students learn more about their culture. Many of them is just like, oh yeah, like we do this at home, but they don't know why. So for them being able to like learn the whys to why they do specific things, why they celebrate certain things, whys is like the way they speak, important.
Our fourth question for today is, what is the worst part about teaching
The
Spanish?
worst part.
Yeah.
Maybe sometimes it's not the worst part, but sometimes just having kids who don't want to learn or don't want to show like no interest. They show no interest in learning, and sometimes it's sad because like their parents speak Spanish, and then these kids come into my classes and they don't know how to speak Spanish. So it's something that maybe it starts like at the home.
Yeah.
That parents don't really like going to teaching them the language, and so these students come in and they kind of just lose everything, like because the language is part of your culture, part of your identity, and who you are. So it's just, for me, it's important that they come in and then they're actually showing interest to learning the language. Yeah.
And our final question for today is, why is it that you decided to teach here?
Why did I teach? So ever since I came to the U.S., I lived here in Salinas. So I went to like a lot of the elementaries here, the middle school, which is also part of the district. I also saw middle school. And then I also graduated from Alvarez. So after I finished my student teaching, because I did student teaching for a year in Soledad High School. So it was always just a commute. It was a little bit challenging for me to like drive every single day and back. So after I knew that there was a position open here, that's when I decided, like I want to go back to my community and then just get back a little from what I have received from my community. So that was like my main thing for coming back here.
All right. Thank you for your time. My name is Jose, and this has been our interview with Miss Murillo. I'm
Hi,
signing off.
everybody.